Hello everyone, I'm Jeremy, and tonight we're going to Nights at the Henry Doorly Zoo in Omaha, Nebraska. Let's go inside and check it out. One thing I need to point out is as we look around, you will see no children, no strollers, only adults walking around. Some of them have beverages. That is because this is an adults-only experience night at the zoo. They do it once a month during the summer months, so pretty cool event. Let's keep walking through and check it out. Oh, by the way, this is one of my favorite parts of the zoo. This is a floating globe. It actually has the nations, or not the nations, the countries of the world engraved on it. So let's get up closer. We can see that a little better. There we go. Floats around on water. I really love the thing. It's pretty awesome. I must say they have improved on the zoo since the last time I was here. The exhibit was here, but it didn't have all this fancy entrance and everything. This is really cool. I'm really digging this. Nighttime in the gorilla exhibit. One guy here doing his bedtime ritual. And we got all this climbing space here for him. Great big huge exhibit. It's really actually pretty neat. A little water feature here. Looks like there's a little viewing bubble you can walk inside of there. Let's go inside of that and check it out. Kind of immerse yourself in the exhibit. I think most of the gorillas are asleep because it is the evening, but yeah, it's a pretty neat exhibit. This is a pretty big exhibit with lots of different enclosures. There's not really much out right now because it is nights at the zoo after all, but it is a pretty sweet space with lots of different things going on. Just doesn't happen to be a lot of gorillas or other animals out right now because they were pretty much just downstairs in their sleeping space. I'm a little disappointed that the lead jungle is closed for night at the zoo. We'll have to come back a different day maybe and view some of the exhibits in there because there are a lot of fish exhibits. But we are going to head towards the star of the show, the Scott Aquarium. Let's go check out some of those exhibits. Here we are in the entrance. Got all these neat pictures of creatures on the wall on both sides as you walk in, which is kind of a neat thing. And then first thing you see is a big aquarium of fish. You've got a little small, looks like a cold water display down here. Different colors of starfish. There's even an eel right down there, which is pretty cool, but yeah, this is just the first exhibit right when you walk in the door. Puffins are always a fan favorite. So this is one thing that you miss at Nights at the Zoo, is a lot of the animals are actually asleep for the evening. So this is normally a giant display of penguins jumping in the water and swimming all over, but right now it's bedtime, so they're asleep. One thing that is super cool at Nights at the museum, you do get to see different animals kind of in their sleeping behavior. And so these are fish with their lights kind of turned low, hanging out and sleeping. You got some little sharks down here. What looks like maybe some kind of a grouper hanging out and sleeping. Another guy over here. So just kind of what they do at night when they sleep. Cuddle up in a rock, find a safe place, and go to sleep. These are Japanese spider crabs. They're absolutely massive. Probably if you spread him out, claw tip to claw tip, he's probably 3 to 4 feet long. Pretty freaking cool. And here we have another exhibit that is in night mode, so the lights are turned down low. And we got a shallow reef type of area here with the lights turned low. This side has the lights turned on, and we roll over here and we got dimmer lights. So it must be the sun is setting kind of gradually over the reef. It's kind of a neat deal. That's what I have on the 265 Dream Aquarium. The sun slowly rises on the first half of the tank, then rises over the rest of the tank, and then in the evening it sets on the other side of the tank and then slowly sets as it goes. It's a really neat thing. I like the fact that they're doing that here. It's not all great big huge aquariums. This is a little small thing. Looks like we've got some different species of Caridina shrimp in here and some Bucephalandra, or maybe some dragonstone. Pretty cool little display. This is probably a 40-gallon display, maybe 50 gallons, something like that. I can't tell, I can't judge the depth realistically, but I would imagine something similar to that. This is a really nice tank with what appears to be emperor tetras, and we've got some different rotala and different things in here. Awesome planted little tank. The sun is starting to set on this guy, but we've got different tabastrias and some gorgonians in there, some filter feeders. It's kind of a neat little setup. I bet they have to really work to change the water with all the free-floating food they have to feed this thing every day. This is another small display. We've got some peppermint shrimp, a couple of clams, some mushrooms, zoanthids. Really, really neat display. Alright, I'm going to have to talk a little louder here, but I'm trying not to pick up all the background noise. This is something that Henry Doyle is really known for, and that is the tunnel. And sharks swimming over your head. It's one of the largest aquarium tunnels in the country. It's a really, really neat thing. There's a big old shark. So you've got an aquarium over your head that wraps around. This is a tunnel from another view. And we have a sea turtle that came out to say hello. Another display that I always find fascinating, the sea nettles and the jellyfish. Really, really cool. Pretty fun exhibit here. We have some lionfish, and these guys are huge. Like, he's pretty much right up to the glass. He's probably the size of a basketball. I mean, he's enormous. You got a couple of triggers and some angelfish in here. Got an eel. Have an eel down here. Pretty cool. Fun little feature here on the floor. This is about a 6 foot tall wall of mushrooms. It's pretty crazy. And another lionfish hanging out down there. and some sort of a rabbit fish here, I'm thinking. Meet the giant octopus. It's nighttime, so they got the lights turned down low. In his kelp forest. So that was the tour of the aquarium. A little disappointing we didn't get to see all of the exhibits, but we got to see some really neat things that you don't get to see during the day. Some sleeping fish and the nighttime cycle and the dawn dusk kind of types of things that you would see in real life. So it's kind of a neat experience that you don't get to have all the time. So that was pretty exciting. Sometime we'll have to come back and we'll have to do a daytime shot of the aquarium. This is the Kingdoms of the Night, and it's really cool architecture / art down here. Made it look like caves, which is fantastic. And we've got some really cool water features down here. And I'm sure during the daytime there's a lot more stuff going on. But it's nighttime, down in the dark. Oh, those are bats, which you can't see because it's really dark. And this is what you get a lot of times at night, not in your home. This is the home of the armadillo, which I'm sure is probably sleeping right now. Oh, there we go. Perhaps, I'm not sure what that is. That is the red-rumped agouti. I think that's how you say it anyway.
Because the crocodile's coming, big turtle.
And, oh, what do we got going on here? Oh, get out of the way of the crocodile. We have a very large, it's not a snapping turtle. I'm not sure what kind of turtle that is, but that's cool. We got another turtle over here. That turtle I didn't know was a fly river turtle. Interesting. We have marsupials in the Kingdoms of the Night, which is pretty cool. And welcome to the Bat Cave. And bats. And food for the bats. Vampire bats.
Well, then like why do they make the other ones?
Those are birds, sweetheart. Those are not giant vampire bats. They're just regular vampire bats. And now we are in the swamp in the Kingdoms of the Night. And because it is nighttime on the surface, it is daytime in the swamp. So this is a rare look of the swamp during the daytime, or what would be the daytime for them and the nighttime for us. So this is really, really awesome. Here we have gators, the American alligator. Normally this exhibit is dark and you don't get to see this. So this is one of the benefits of coming to nights at the zoo, It's very dark down here during the daytime and you cannot see much. So this is an insider look at what the zoo looks like during what would be the daytime normally for these guys. And that is a couple of very large alligator gars. There are some more. There's quite a few of them in here. These babies are 4 and 5 feet long. They are huge. One awesome thing about the Henry Doorly Zoo is when you go to the Kingdoms of the Night, they even have an albino alligator. Actually, let me correct myself. This is not an albino alligator. He is in fact leucistic. He does not have the typical pink eye. In fact, has a black eye. At least black from this angle, making him a leucistic alligator, not an albino. It's kind of hard to see through the dirty glass, but we got a big fat beaver cleaning his behind. And there's a couple of them back in there in the den. It's kind of hard to see, but we got some beavers back there. So here is some very rare footage. I've been to the zoo several times, and this is always dark in the Kingdoms of the Night. But at nighttime, when the lights come on, you actually get to see the fish that are swimming around in the different various locations. This happens to be a turtle and gar pond area. In fact, we'll zoom out here a little bit. There's a turtle up there on land. All stuff that you may or may not see if you're here during the day. More alligator footage. Apparently this turtle has no fear. Here is our leucistic friend from the side angle. He's pretty big. This is actually a pretty big aquarium slash terrestrial terrarium aquarium, and we have a turtle over here, a couple of turtles over here, and this baby goes the whole length down here. This is probably 30 feet long. And we got more turtles. There's another guy. He's got a little fish swimming around. It's pretty cool. By the way, there's a crocodile in here.
And the turtles.
With the turtles. All right, so the lighting here is a little bit odd, but that was the Kingdoms of the Night, and I hope everyone enjoyed that. That's gonna do it for our tour. We'll see you next time.